Who's your favorite women's basketball player?
Caitlin Clark.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like Paige Bueckers?
She's okay.
Stop everything you are doing right now, and I mean absolutely everything, because you need to listen to every single word I am about to say with complete and undivided attention. Put your phone down, turn the volume up, and lock in, because we are not just talking about a basketball soundbite today. We are not just talking about a podcast clip or a viral tweet. We are talking about the systematic dismantling of the single biggest lie in the history of modern women's sports. We are witnessing the total and complete collapse of a multi-million-dollar narrative that has been force-fed to you, to me, and to every casual fan in America for the last 3 years. The establishment is panicking right now. The marketing executives in the high-rise offices in New York are scrambling. The producers at the major sports networks are tearing up their scripts. Why? Because the war they promised you has been canceled. The blood feud they sold you tickets for has been exposed as a fraud. The person who pulled the plug on the entire machine is not a whistleblower and not an investigative journalist. It was Paige Bueckers herself. For years, and I mean years, they have been conditioning us. It started when they were in college, and it ramped up the moment Paige entered the league. They built a stage for a gladiator fight. They painted a picture of a world where there could only be one queen. On one side, you had Caitlin Clark, the sniper, the record breaker, the face of the revolution. On the other side, you had Paige Bueckers, the smooth operator, the comeback kid, the one with the style and the swagger. The script was written long before they ever stepped on a professional court together. It was supposed to be Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird all over again. It was supposed to be a hatred that burned so hot it would melt the television screens. They wanted you to pick a side. They wanted you to bleed for your chosen idol. They wanted the Indiana fans to despise the Dallas fans. They wanted the comment sections to be a war zone, and for a long time, it worked. It worked perfectly. We bought into it. We argued about who was better. We analyzed every side eye, every missed high five, every cryptic Instagram caption. We let them manipulate our emotions to sell jerseys and drive ratings. But then came this week. Then came the podcast that changed history. When Paige Bueckers sat down in front of that microphone, the interviewers were licking their chops. They were ready to bait her. They were ready to ask the questions that would generate the headlines. They wanted her to say something spicy. They wanted her to throw a little shade at Caitlin. They wanted her to claim the throne. But Paige Bueckers did something that no one in the media prepared for. She went off script. She looked into the lens with eyes as cold as ice, and she told the truth. She didn't just dodge the question, she destroyed the premise of the question. She said, "We are cool. We are friends." Let those words sink into your brain for a second. We are friends. She didn't say, "We are colleagues." She didn't say, "I respect her game." She used the F word that destroys the entire marketing strategy of the WNBA's upcoming season. And she didn't stop there. She went further. She pulled back the curtain and showed us the wizard. She explicitly said that they, the players, understand exactly what the media is doing. She admitted that they know the networks want to pit them against each other for profit. She admitted that while the world is fighting a proxy war on Twitter, she and Caitlin are probably texting each other, laughing at the absurdity of it all. This is a level of awareness that terrifies the establishment. It means the players are smarter than the system. It means you cannot manipulate them anymore. They were going to market it as the battle for the soul of basketball. They were going to sell it as a grudge match. And in 30 seconds, Paige Bueckers deflated the entire balloon. She took the air out of the room. She essentially told the fans, if you are watching for the drama, you are an idiot. Watch for the basketball. This is a power move of the highest order. By refusing to play the villain, and by refusing to cast Caitlin as the villain, she has taken control of her own narrative. She has decided that she will not be a character in someone else's soap opera. She will be the author of her own story. And this revelation leads us to something even more terrifying for the rest of the league. And honestly, for the rest of the world. Because if they aren't enemies, then what are they? If they aren't busy trying to destroy each other, what are they planning? The answer lies in the summer of The answer lies in the FIBA World Cup and the future Olympics. The media was so focused on the civil war between Clark and Bueckers that they forgot to consider the nuclear alliance. When Paige talks about being friends, she is opening the door to the scariest backcourt in the history of human civilization. Just close your eyes and imagine it for a sec. Truly imagine it. you have Caitlin Clark with her limitless range and gravity that pulls defenders out to the logo. And playing next to her, you have Paige Bueckers with her mid-range mastery, her elite vision, and her defensive versatility. This isn't just a team. This is an execution squad. This is the Avengers assembling. The rest of the world has no chance. France, Australia, Spain, it doesn't matter. If these two are on the same page, if they are vibrating on the same frequency, the game is over before the tip-off. And that is what the rivalry narrative was trying to hide from us. It was trying to distract us from the fact that we are living in the golden age of talent. By forcing us to compare them, they robbed us of the joy of appreciating them both. They tried to make us believe that greatness is a zero-sum game, that for one to shine, the other must be dim. But Paige just shattered that glass ceiling. She reminded us that stars can shine together in the same sky, and when they do, they light up the entire universe. But we need to go deeper into the psychology of why this lie was sold to us in the first place. Why does the sports media insist on hatred? Because hatred is easy, nuance is hard. It is hard to sell a story about two ultra-competitive women who push each other to be better, but ultimately respect and like each other. That story doesn't get clicks. That story doesn't make you angry enough to comment on a Facebook post. They needed the toxicity. They needed you to feel like you were defending your territory. It is the same trick they used with Messi and Ronaldo. It is the same trick they used with Manning and Brady. But in those cases, there was a distance. Here they tried to make it personal. They tried to make it nasty. And by doing so, they underestimated the maturity of this new generation. These women grew up in the social media era. They have seen the toxicity since they were 15 years old. They are immune to it. They know that the person tweeting hate from their basement doesn't matter. They know that the talking head on ESPN screaming about legacy is just doing a job. They have risen above it, and by coming out and publicly declaring their friendship, Paige is effectively telling the trolls to go home. She is starving the fire of its oxygen. Without the fuel of mutual animosity, the toxic discourse cannot survive. Sure, there will always be die-hard stans who refuse to let it go, but for the general public, the gig is up. The spell has been broken. So where do we go from here? What happens when the season starts? This is the most exciting part, because now we can finally watch the game with clear eyes.
I'm gonna be honest, Paige Bueckers well and truly has given ammo to, you know, the biggest Paige Bueckers hater.
When Dallas plays Indiana, we won't be looking for cheap shots. We won't be analyzing handshakes. We will be watching two masters of their craft operating at the peak of their powers. We will see the tactical adjustments. We will see the chess match between the coaches. We will see the pure, unadulterated beauty of basketball. Paige has given us a gift. She has given us permission to love them both. She has liberated the fan base from the prison of binary choice. You don't have to be Team Caitlin or Team Paige anymore. You can just be Team Basketball. However, do not think for a second that this friendship means they will go easy on each other. That is the other mistake people are making. True competitors, true friends, go harder at each other than enemies do. When you respect someone, you want to beat them at their best. You don't want a handicap. You want to look them in the eye and say, I am better than you today, and then go get dinner afterwards. That is the Jordan and Barkley dynamic. That is the Bird and Magic dynamic later in their careers. It is a competition born out of love for the game, not out of hatred for the opponent. And that level of competition produces a higher quality of product. It produces art. The establishment is scared because they have lost control of the script. They spent millions marketing a wrestling match, and the wrestlers just hugged in the middle of the ring. Now, the league has to pivot. They have to find a new angle. And frankly, they should be thanking Paige, because the hate angle has a shelf life. Eventually, people get tired of the negativity, but the excellence angle, the dynasty angle, that lasts forever. If the WNBA is smart, they will lean into this. They will market them as the two pillars of the sport. They will market them as the duo that is saving basketball. But we know the media. They are lazy. They will try to find cracks. They will try to twist Paige's words. They will say, oh, she is just saying that to be nice. Do not believe them. Do not fall for it again. We have the receipts, We have the video, we have the tone of voice. Paige Bueckers was not stuttering. She was not hesitating. She was delivering a public service announcement. She was dismantling the fake reality show and replacing it with a documentary. And honestly, it is about time. We have been disrespected as fans for too long. We have been treated like children who need a villain to be interested in a story. We are sophisticated enough to understand that two people can be great at the same time without wanting to kill each other. We are smart enough to appreciate the different flavors of their game. Caitlin's logo threes are electric. Paige's mid-range fadeaways are poetry. Why choose? Why limit ourselves? This moment will be looked back upon as a turning point. Decades from now, when the documentary about this era is made, they will point to this podcast as the moment the players took the power back. The moment the player empowerment era truly arrived in the WNBA. It isn't just about requesting trades or signing contracts. It is about controlling the narrative of who you are as a human being. Paige refused to be the villain in Caitlin's story, and she refused to be the victim in her own. She chose to be the protagonist. And by extending the olive branch, she pulled Caitlin up with her. She humanized the robot that the media tries to make Caitlin out to be. She reminded us that Caitlin is just a hooper who loves the game, just like her. So, to the networks, to the bloggers, to the clickbait merchants, I have one message for you. The game is over. Find a new slang. Your manufactured drama has been canceled due to lack of participation from the stars. To the fans, I say this: wake up, open your eyes, enjoy this. We are living in the presence of greatness. Do not let a manufactured feud ruin your appreciation of what these two women are doing for the sport. They are building a legacy that will outlive every hot take and every viral tweet. They are building the foundation of the next 50 years of women's basketball, and they are doing it together, not hand in hand perhaps, but certainly not throat against throat. The next time you see a headline trying to pit them against each other, laugh at it, scroll past it. Remember this moment. Remember the truth that Paige laid out for us. We are cool. We are friends. It is a simple sentence, but it is a revolutionary. It is a declaration of independence from the toxicity of modern sports media. And I, for one, am standing with them. I am standing with the players. I am standing with the truth. The rivalry is dead. Long live the game. Long live the alliance. And God help anyone who has to play against Team USA in 2026. Because the chemistry we are about to see will be nothing short of biblical. This is the new reality. Get used to it, or get left behind. The choice is yours.